81, Nicolas De Pero in cart number 81 from Argentina. Row 9, Jack Martin, number 89. Jack comes from the UK. And alongside him, on the outside of row number 9, is number 68, Yannick Brandt from Switzerland. On row 10, number 96 is Guillermo Peroni. Guillermo in cart number 96 from the UAE. Peroni starting on the inside. On the outside is Maxim Stotland in cart number 57. Has had a DNF so far today. The day hasn't been kind to him. Got tangled up in an incident at the second corner under the bridge and came off worse than everybody else. Didn't finish the race. So Maxim Stotland, number 57, towards the back of the grid. Needs a result here. On row 11 then, number 24, Denis de Rouge with the Dutch driver sharing that row with number 93, Hannes Tampere. Hannes coming from Estonia. And alone on the 12th row of the grid will be Jack Bartholomew, disqualified yesterday for an infringement, technical infringement at the end of qualifying, having set the 4th fastest time in the session. So Jack Bartholomew coming from the back. He made good progress in his first race to a point, and then something happened. We didn't see what, but it put him all the way back down the order again, and he finished pretty much at the back. So Jack Bartholomew, that's his first thing he's got to tick off. So Jack Bartholomew, number 40, one to watch from the very back of the grid. 23rd on the grid. What can he do from there? At the front of the grid, though, Josh Price, Ken is leading them round, and Ken Walker is ready to talk you through the start of the race.
Yes, and hopefully the start of the race will be when it's scheduled to start. No more aborted starts, or not more than another couple all afternoon. Let's see if we get a really good one on this one. Just harking back ever so quickly to race 9 in the seniors, both Chris Harkley and myself were delighted to see Ryu Hiruka getting a little bit of good fortune at last and finishing 11th. Technical non-conformity and Ryu Hiruka disqualified. It is not Ryu Hiruka's weekend. We'll say no more. So Josh Price and Connor Hall leading the British charge on this one. Behind them, Philip Rawson and Guan Yu Zhou, a formidable front-running quartet. Little bit quick on this approach speed. Hopefully we can get sorted. And Thomas Line is saying, scrub some of that speed off. And we are racing, and Josh Price getting himself into a comfortable position. Guan Yu Zhou early in this in the start, getting himself over to the right-hand part of the circuit. So Josh Price and Philip Rawson, I think that is that I'm seeing. Oh, and that's gone a little bit wrong, I think, for Josh. Was it? No, that is Josh who is emerging. Or is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, cart number 95 going through is Philip Rawson. So Philip Rawson putting the pressure on Josh Price. Cart number 8, Guan Yu Zhou, also beginning to take an interest in going into second place from third. Nice start, as I said, by Guan Yu Zhou, and he's already showing that he's keen to get a little bit further forward. 22 in fourth place is Connor Hall. Good start by him, and those front-running four just pulled away a little bit from the guys behind. 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. We've got a spinner at turn 7, but he gets himself sorted and continues, albeit at the back of the grid. So, Josh Price in cart number 27, coming round to complete the opening lap. It's an impressive start, also for Philip Rawson, Guan Yu Zhou and Connor Hall. Cart number 22, which is, yeah, it is Connor Hall. Those four clear of the rest at the moment.
Nicholas Oskarsson, number 92, the one that had the spin, is only just now starting the second lap of the race, the Swedish driver. It's all bunging up ahead, though. Looking over either shoulder is Josh Price, the race leader. Philip Rawson right behind Connor Hall, now having got to third place, having got ahead of number 8, Guan Yu Zhou. A slight gap back then to Dennis Teese, number 38, who's made a good start to the race from the 4th row into the top 5 as Connor Hall goes second. Up the inside of Philip Rawson, Guan Yu Zhou follows him through, and at the hairpin, the second hairpin, that's 2 places lost then for number 95, the blue race suit, the yellow helmet. Philip Rawson drops down to 4th place. Josh Price coming through as the race leader. Max Hoffer's getting a warning, a driving standards warning flag from the officials next time he comes under the bridge. He's there in the middle of the pack in 9th position. The race leader, meanwhile, about to come thundering through turn 14 and to start the third lap of the race, and Josh Price edging away, an adjustment to the carburation by the looks of things to Connor Hall. The orange helmet there in second place, Guan Yu Zhu hanging on to him in third, but watch out for the fourth place cart because Philip Rawson, desperate to get back up into the top three, has a go up the inside into turn four and goes through. Good move that from Philip. So back ahead of Guan Yu Zhu, squeezing up the inside and back into third place he goes. Guan Yu Zhu though picks up a bit of a toe. It's side by side for fifth place, just behind as well. In fact, it's side by side by side. There are three of them going at it, but the one that comes out on top is Leonard Hugenboom, number 28. He gets to fifth. Jack Bartholomew, number 44, follows him through to sixth, and Dennis Teese, number 38, drops back out of the top six, with Dennis Keane running just behind in eighth place. Hoffer and Mitchell also running in the top 10. Hoffer having set the fastest lap of the race. We're coming towards the end of lap 3, Ken.
Yeah, and starting in 23rd and last place was Jack Bartholomew. He went through at the end of lap 2 in 15th place. I think I've seen him pick up another couple of places. So as Josh Price continues to lead through.
Guan Yu Zhu's just got third place into turn 1.
Well, Guan Yu Zhou and Philip Rawson having this really good dice between themselves, trading places continually. Josh Price and Connor Hall in front, therefore, just getting that little extra cushion by virtue of those two trading places. I said I thought I saw Jack Bartholomew pick up 2 places. He'd picked up 1, but nevertheless, it's forward progress for cart number 40. Well, Josh Price, we've given him plenty of airtime in the explanations of how he comes to be here at this meeting, not racing with the team he started at the start of the season with, but with pretty much the same results. Well, this isn't a result, this is just a 4th lap of a 9-lap race, or 6-lap race in the case of the juniors. Definitely Philip Rawson and Guan Yu Zhou the ones to be watching. It's been a good scrap between Leonard Hugenboom, Jack McCarthy and Dennis Tice just behind those. This is the start of lap 5 and the front 4 have got themselves reasonably clear, but as I say, I draw attention to that dice behind them. It's the Brit that leads that second running burst, if you like, with Jack McCarthy in 5th place, Leonard Hugenboom 6th, Dennis Tice 7th. But there's scope for that to change. And third closing in, Guan Yu Zhou on Connor Hall. Don't think that he's in a position to make a move. No, he isn't. But the 4th place driver, Philip Rawson, always looking that little bit, what shall we say, the guy that might be about to do something.
And on that previous lap, the driver in third place, Guan Yu Zhu, was quicker than the 2 ahead. Hall was quicker than Price. Zhu was quicker than both of them, so the gap from first to third has gone from nearly 9/10 of a second down to 6/10 at the start of the lap. I think it's probably less than that now. And is that a change as they go through? I think we've seen a change of lead. They'll come back through. I'm not sure that Price is leading anymore.
We've lost the front runner, haven't we?
Josh Price has gone.
Josh Price. Josh Price has done what Tommy Preining has done.
Over at turn 12, off the track.
Oh, for the second time in very quick succession, that's happened to a front runner in juniors. Thomas Preining in the first one, and now it's happened to Josh Price. What a shame, but there we are. That's what happens in racing. It just shows that anything can happen, and Guan Yu Zhou looks around and says, you know what, guys? I'm leading the race.
So what happened to Price there, whether he was helped along the way or had a problem, I don't know, but it's put him right at the back of the field, I'm afraid. So Guan Yu Zhu, number 8, leads the way. Second is number 95, Philip Rawson. Third is number 22, Connor Hall. Fourth now is number 44, Jack McCarthy. They're all pretty much together, those 4. Slight gap from the leader back, but second, third, fourth, and everybody there behind is in a real line astern. Hugenboom is 5th, Dennis Tice is 6th. And then you've got Mitchell 7th, Keane is 8th, Hoffer's 9th, Bartholomew is 10th. The checkered flag is being readied, and the win goes to Guan Yu Zhu. He takes the victory to add to the 3rd place finish that he got earlier on today. Zhu wins, Rawson is 2nd, and Philip Rawson has now had 2 second place finishes today. 3rd place to Connor Hall. The championship leader will be satisfied, more than satisfied, with the way it's gone today already, with the 1st and the 3rd. McCarthy in 4th place. That's his 2nd 4th place finish of the day. So they're all having 2 good runs so far. Leonard Hugenboom coming home in 5th place. In 6th place, Sandy Mitchell. 7th was Dennis Tice. 8th was number 45, Dennis Keane. 9th was Max Hoffer, number 98. And 10th, a good drive through the field there from Jack Bartholomew, who also, on the very last lap of the race, set the fastest lap of the race. So Jack Bartholomew, last thing's going his way from the back to 10th and with the fastest lap. That bodes well for him. He still needs to get some good results in to make sure he's through to the pre-finals tomorrow. But if he keeps that up, he's got every chance. So they're on screen confirmation of the results, and quite what happened we didn't see over in the distance there to Josh Price, but he went from first pretty much down to last place, and that has put a big dent in his chances of getting a good grid for the pre-final tomorrow.
Unlike Thomas Pryning, who clearly went out with a mechanical issue, I understand from what I'm hearing, wholly unofficial, that there may have been just a little bit of comings together. So we'll see how that unfolds. But the bottom line is, it's not going to lift Josh Price any higher than 22nd in the standings. That's where he finished. Did complete the full race distance of 6 laps, but he completed it in last place of the runners because we'd lost Yannick Brandt on the 2nd lap. Unfortunate, but part of karting, and at least nobody's hurt any. There's no limbs damaged, and we live to battle on. But well done to Joe, well done to Guan Yu Zhou. Philip Rawson continues his good form. Connor Hall never very far from the front runners.
So there, confirmation of the provisional results. Guan Yu Zhou, Philip Rawson and Connor Hall the top 3. Jack McCarthy 4th, Leonard Hugenboom 5th, Sandy Mitchell 6th, Dennis Tice 7th. And then Darren Keane, Max Offer and Jack Bartholomew running out the top 10. Yuri Vipsis was 11th. Dennis Beckers was 12th. Not having a fantastic start to the weekend, but Dennis has been consistent this year, which is why Dennis is currently 4th in the standings, the Dutch driver. Omar Ismail is 13th. Dennis de Rouge 14th in that race. Gianfranco Mazzaferro was 15th. Maxim Stotland was 16th. Nicolas De Pero was 17th. And in 18th place was number 89, Jack Martin. 19th, Guillaume Peroni. 20th, Hannes Tampere. 21st, Nicholas Oscarson. 22nd place after that incident, Josh Price. And then Yannick Brandt, the other driver, classified, but 5 laps down as a non-finisher in 23rd position. So that's the results provisionally for the 4th race of the day for the juniors. We'll take a break from junior racing now as we prepare for more DD2 action for the senior drivers running in the 2-speed karts. So if you are following the juniors, they'll next be out late afternoon. The next junior race, their 5th heat, will be at 4:20 British time, GMT. Then they'll have their 6th heat at 4:40. So the last 2 races for juniors today will be at 4:20 this afternoon and at 4:40 this afternoon. For now, though, we move our attentions to DD2. That's going to be the category in which we'll see the next 2 races. And they've already had a couple of races so far today in DD2, both of which have been very lively, it has to be said. And again, hard to predict who is going to be at the sharp end come the finals tomorrow, because there are at least half a dozen candidates for the race victory this weekend. So in the 2 heats that we've had so far for DD2, the next category that you're about to see, again, we've had 2 different winners